Okay, it's Deb again, and you are in the home stretch here. All the modules are now open, so you can go back and retake quizzes, which is pretty helpful for preparing for those little finals that come up at the end. If you improve your grade in the quizzes, it counts and it'll raise your score there and record the highest one. I've seen people really change their grades by going back and making sure they got 5 out of 5 on all those chapter quizzes instead of stopping at a 2 out of 5. So those points add up. All right, so now let's look at what we got going on in Module 7. 3 chapters again. This time we're talking about evolution and natural selection. You've got 2 labs to do with it. Let's talk about the evolution cartoons first. All right, you're going to look for 3 funny cartoons to post. This is one of my favorite lab activities because my husband hears me laughing in the other side of the house when I'm grading. You're going to find 3 that you think are really funny, stick to evolution, nothing about anybody's belief system, intelligent design, none of that. We only want evolution. And so here's an example. You're going to find 3 of them. Here's what I'm looking for, and you want to be sure to say who, where you got your cartoon and who wrote it or the source. So there would be a fine example. Here's a grading rubric, and then you go there to launch it and go to the discussion board. So you'll have your 3 cartoons you've done the research on, you post them, and then you go back and vote for 2 favorites. So you reply to them and tell them what you liked about them, and then there'll be a little grid, a little star rating system in the top right of your box. And so we'll go ahead and rate them because I look to see how everyone, how they get rated actually. All right, the next part you can get done, I think, for this module and next module if you just kind of keep through it. And you're a group that tends to work ahead, so let's just keep on going. You're going to look up a natural selection lab. First of all, natural selection is just simply the guy that happens to have the mutation that makes him fit the environment better, gets more food, has more babies, and more babies survive. So those traits are passed down. So for example, the whole giraffe with the longer neck scenario that's in your book, we're talking about adaptation. It doesn't mean that animal tries to adapt to fit the environment. It means that the giraffes that just happen to have some kind of mutation for a little bit longer neck could reach more food. They were healthier. They could have more babies who survived, and then those longer neck traits were passed on. Those alleles were passed on in greater numbers. That is natural selection. It's not so complicated, actually. So what you're going to look at is you're going to research different labs and choose the one you like. If you have kids at home or grandkids, I encourage you to do the Teddygram, or there's some M&Ms. Let them be your little animals. It can be kind of fun, and they'll learn something about it as they go. So you pick one. Make sure you post the website, because your classmate might want to choose to do that one too, because you're going to choose someone else's to do. So first you pick yours that hasn't been done by somebody else, and you'll do the lab. It might have a worksheet. You finish it, you attach that worksheet, or whatever comes with that lab. They're all different. So here you have quite a bit of choice. Then you write a little 3 to 4 paragraph summary, and you post that in your text box when you finish up here. So introduction, explain your lab, what's happening. Paragraph 2, talk about the organism and the environment. So that's going to be clear. There's going to be some stuff about that. And paragraph 3, how did that environment select for one variation of that organism? Explain. So that's where the meat of your stuff's going to come. You're going to talk a fair amount about what happened in your lab and what you saw and what traits were more common because of that environment. And then in 4, relate how natural selection could impact a species over time to change. Tell me about 2 larger, more realistic examples. You can actually do a Google search for current evolution, current adaptations, and you'll get some cool ideas. So you've got that all done. So you did the lab, you attach the worksheet that comes with your lab, whatever you chose, and then you write the little 4 paragraph summary. Now go back and look at some of your peers. Find one you like, and that's the part that's going to be in Module 8. But go ahead and do it now because your head's already there. So pick a classmate's lab that you'd like to do, complete it, write the same scenario, but this time compare it to their data. See if you get anything different and reinforce what they got if that's what it was, and you got it. Good luck.